And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Wasting no time taking a shot. Snags it on the run. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. Apparently, line number 1 on the game plan, attack now, immediately.
And this quarterback, he smelt it. He knew he had an opportunity. This is a guy who loves taking shots any chance he has. You saw it on that first play of the game.
Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. And they're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed. But that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half. And you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Archer Jayhawk. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Johnson looking to throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And you could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out fired on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Now on first down from the 28. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure coming. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
The Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Power football with the run. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
When you get interceptions as a safety, it's anticipation. You can see it. They see the route. They break on it. They go make big hits and big plays. This time, he gets the big INT.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to... He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Rock Chalk.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Coming out with it, it's Lockett. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Johnson looking to throw. Gets it out fast. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. The hand to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They try to pop a run on the draw. Got room at the 35. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And the Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Edwards. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
The Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And the Wildcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Pucks it out of the air. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that. Then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Johnson wants to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Hayes. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second.
Kansas 14, Kansas State 7.
The give is to Williams. Finds his way for three out to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. Kansas and K-State have been battling for well over a century, many times sort of on the fringes of the spotlight, if not completely out of it in college football. But, man, when they grab center stage, you realize just how intense it is.
It's intense. It's a fun rivalry. But
Lets it fly. Intercepted deep in his own end. Bringing it back.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the starter.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. from the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
The Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Oh, he wants it all. Makes a catch at the 15. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. Use the play fake, now to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Johnson looking to throw. Makes the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Kansas State really has this drive rolling. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Six plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. He's looking to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Pocket breaking down. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. There he goes. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Cook. Still running at the 40. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they broke the lead.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. Johnson wants to throw it. A little release to the back. Shakes off the defender. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Now facing a 3rd and long. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Got enough for the first. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Makes the grab down the middle. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Jayhawks want to move quickly. Back to pass on 2nd down. He'll try to do it himself. Breaks into the open. from the red zone. He's going to throw it. Rushes on him. It's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Bringing the heat. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. The give out of the gun. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Wildcats are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Trying to move the sticks on third down. Johnson looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And I love this defense being ready at the end of the half, playing the 2-minute situation beautifully, forcing the turnover here now, a chance to break this tie, get some points. Nice execution by this defense late in the first half.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Going to try to get it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Kansas State.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. There's the pressure. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. And the Jayhawks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the lost one deep down the right side. Makes the grab at the 25, and there's room. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two, and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. From the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Give to the running back. Touchdown, Kansas State! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead.
Kansas State 21, Kansas 17.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. At the 35, he's got room. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This 2nd half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, getting him to the ground for no gain.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Blasted as he lets it go. He's got him wide open. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. You see a defensive lineman come up with a play like that, make the sack, They start building some momentum to impose their will up front.
Man, there ain't nothing better than getting a stack. That's what you keep track of on defensive line. You're like, yeah, I already got one. You start keeping a tally of how many you can get. That's what you dream about. You dream about getting a quarterback. Yes, tackles are nice, but I want sacks. I want that QB on the ground.
It's tough, man. On third down, you're trying to throw against a nickel defense who've got extra DBs on the field, and it's just a lot faster. The window's closed so much quicker. So good job not seeing it open. Just take off and get what you can get now, setting up a fourth and very manageable situation.
All down, Liddell moves the sticks as he picks up the first down. From that spot on the field, you had to expect them to go for it, and it worked out.
Why the heck would you not go for it? I mean, I almost want to go for it on every part of the field, but especially once you start to get this deep in territory. But you're also, field goals aren't 100% at this distance. It's a little bit of a longer kick. Just try to keep this drive alive and try to go get extra points.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
They'll send the back in motion. Quarterback may change this route. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Under fire. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Drive comes from the 14-yard line. From the gun, running back gets the give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
On first down, it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, he leads it with the back. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. Johnson wants to throw it. Finds the tight end. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. Third and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's Brown. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Running it to the right. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
This Kansas State offense is moving quickly down the field. On the run, it's Jackson. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off play action. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Johnson looking to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
I tell you what, I love having a quarterback that trusts himself, that knows in a big situation in the fourth quarter, he can take off and still take care of the football, get a big first down, continue to put this offense in a good position to succeed.
Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed? That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. QB draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lockett. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Johnson wants to throw it. Here's the heat. And as he throws, almost a D-lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you a huge 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel, gets nailed, but is able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
He leaves it with his back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. He tries to take the top off. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Wildcats have their offense in high gear. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Quick completion on the out route. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
And this offense is going to have to do more of this, right? They're going to have to be aggressive, attack the sidelines. They're going to need some big plays, trailing late in this football game, but they've also got to be smart and be mindful of the clock.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses midfield. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And this defense breaks it open as they return it to the house for 6.
That's such a great job by the defense because they never quit on the play. Yeah, they gave up a completion, but did you see them swarm to it, rip the ball out, were able to scoop it, score? That is an unbelievable effort play by the defense.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Going right to work up top. Pressure coming. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this two-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. He's taking a deep shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it for a big play. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And he added the extra point.
31, Kansas State, 28.
They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Pocket breaking down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
Kansas State.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Hunt is on its way. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Johnson looking to throw. They're working that left side. This guy runs with some attitude, discarding tacklers, and works his way to the 19. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They'll go to the air on 2nd short. Here's a throw downfield late. And here's the third interception of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. So Kansas fought and clawed and scratched its way to victory in the Sunflower Showdown, and they'll have the Governor's Cup and bragging rights after beating K-State. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.